if our relationship could revolve around conflicts and war with each other, then we're going to have to really look inside the mirror and begin to look at what are these individuals we're interacting with or bringing up in reflection, so we can really look at and see ourselves. Every relationship begins with the individual before it becomes collective. And so all the time I think we forget about that. We focus on the collective and we kind of bypass looking at the individual, unless we're blaming the individual for our experiences. So at some point, if we're in a cycle and we continue to have these repetitious occurrences of conflicts, frustrations, and so forth, it's time to push the pause button and really to look inside the mirror. And not just look inside the mirror from just like, oh, I'm just looking at myself. No, you need to really look at the different reflections that comes across in the mirror. And so when you do, what I guess what I'm getting at is inviting you to mirror work. If you're going to have functional relationships, we have to really understand mirror work. And what mirror work will do for you is it will help you see and recognize what drives your decisions, what motives were in operation, right? Or what motives are still in operation. It's going to have you look at what you are open to, right? It's going to look at growth opportunities. It's going to look at the basis of your beliefs. It's going to look at the energetics. So in other words, what are you really inviting, right? And what are you really pushing away? And when you start to really look in these different windows, that's from the reflections or the different mirrors that's showing different reflections, it can really get us back to a space to really look at ourselves and to see why we're conjuring up certain things in our experiences, in our relationships. And so once we begin to see that, then we can kind of tap into what we call the polarity part and start to begin to transmute and to replace or to rectify or resolve those things that we're bringing into our relationships. Or if there's conflicts with our lovers or whatever, we can sit here and really work it out to the point to put it in more of a productive space so we can begin to get back to harmonizing within our relationships. And so there's some point where we're going to have to stop blaming each other and stop and look at ourselves first